Good morning. My name is Tanishq Thakur, and I am doing BA Psychology at Lovely Professional University. Today, our topic is the rise of environmental laws and global summits, focusing on India's participation and commitments. The journey of India's environmental laws gained significant momentum after the 1972 Stockholm Conference. This global summit was a turning point, establishing the principle that economic growth must go hand in hand with environmental protection. Inspired by this, India integrated environmental protection into its constitution via the 42nd Amendment in 1976. This introduced Article 48A, directing the state to safeguard the environment, and made it a fundamental duty for citizens under Article 51AG. This led to specific legislation like the Water Act of 1974 and the Air Act of 1981. Crucially, these acts established the central and state pollution control boards. These bodies, the CPCB and SPCBs, were created to set pollution standards and ensure industries complied with them, giving the laws real teeth. However, the Bhopal gas tragedy in 1984 was a horrific wake-up call, exposing critical gaps in existing laws. This catastrophe spurred the creation of a more powerful, comprehensive law, the Environment Protection Act of 1986. Known as an Umbrella Act, it grants the central government sweeping powers to coordinate environmental protection nationwide. In essence, India's early legal framework was forged by both global awareness from Stockholm and urgent domestic needs, particularly after Bhopal. This synergy created a foundational set of laws and institutions to guide the nation's path towards sustainable development. My name is Prayati Bala, and I am doing BA Honours in Public Administration at Lovely Professional University.
Continuing from there, let us now talk about global environmental summits and India's significant and evolving participation. One of the foundational events was the 1992 Rio Earth Summit. This landmark conference brought sustainable development to the forefront, resulting in crucial agreements like the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change, UNFCCC, and the Convention on Biological Diversity. India actively participated, endorsing Agenda 21, a global plan for sustainable development. Then, the 1997 Kyoto Protocol established binding emission reduction targets for developed countries based on common but differentiated responsibilities. While India, as a developing nation, had no immediate reduction mandate, it became a key player through the Clean Development Mechanism. This allowed India to attract investment in green projects, fostering technology transfer and sustainable growth. The 2015 Paris Agreement was a game-changer, uniting all nations to limit global warming to well below 2 degrees Celsius. Countries submitted their own nationally determined contributions, or NDCs. India's ambitious pledge included reducing the emissions intensity of its GDP by 35% by 2030 and achieving 40% of its electric power from non-fossil fuel sources. These goals are advanced through annual COP meetings and are linked to the broader Sustainable Development Goals. From Rio to Paris, these summits clearly illustrate India's journey from a participant to a proactive leader, shaping the global climate narrative with its own ambitious commitments on the world stage.
My name is Manya Sharma, and I am doing BA Honours in Political Science at Lovely Professional University. Finally, let us see India's present commitments and challenges. Currently, India has missions like the National Action Plan on Climate Change, NAPCC, promoting renewable energy and afforestation. Building on this, India updated its climate pledges, setting ambitious targets. This includes achieving net zero emissions by 2070 and ensuring 50% of its electric power comes from non-fossil fuel sources by 2030. The International Solar Alliance, ISA, initiated by India, is a major contribution to global climate action, mobilizing technology for solar projects. Domestically, India has seen remarkable growth in renewable capacity, especially in solar and wind power, positioning itself as a leader in the green energy transition. However, challenges remain, such as balancing rapid economic growth with environmental sustainability. controlling industrial pollution in growing cities, and adapting to climate impacts like floods and heat waves are critical priorities, especially given the nation's large and vulnerable population. These issues demand immediate and sustained attention. In conclusion, the journey from awareness to action continues. India has strengthened its domestic laws and taken a proactive international role. The path forward requires integrating robust policy, innovative technology, and widespread community participation. This journey shows that protecting the environment is no longer optional. It is essential for our survival and future development.